Hello everybody! Welcome back to my channel. My name is Kate. This is Diamond Painting and Dr. Pepper, and today I have a whip and chat for you guys. Before we get started, I'm going to let you know what I'm working on. It's Here for the Food by Mrs. Buttered D, and it's a round kit, and I have about 7 sections left to go. I'm using this Muni-Made tray and this pen by C'est Plus Beau Autour, which is really pretty and smells like cinnamon. And typically when I do a section, I leave the special drills till last, but I actually just finished this section and saved the special drills to do with you guys. So I'm gonna do those first this time, and that'll be a fun change. Sorry about the glare here. Hopefully it's not too distracting. I'm not sure how many people watch versus just listen. In any case, let's go ahead and get started. I think I will go with this fairy dust first. How are you all doing? Like I said, it's been a couple of weeks since I posted a whip and chat, and the reason for that is that I started coming down with a pretty nasty ear infection right as I was filming the last whip and chat that went up that day, which was the day before Mother's Day. I came down with a lot of pain in my ear all of a sudden and had to go to Zoom care the next day. And basically, it's 2 weeks later now, and I'm just now starting to feel better. So you might have already heard about some of that if you watch the vlogs that I've put up, because I did manage to get those filmed and edited, because they didn't involve like sitting for an hour straight and trying to carry on a conversation. I could like break it up and film in little bits, and that was a lot easier to handle. So I was able to still get a couple of those up. They were late, but they were up, which is better than nothing. Basically, all I have been doing for the past 2 weeks is going to doctor's appointments, working, taking pills, and sleeping, and that's pretty much all I was able to do. So it was pretty rough. After a Zoom care visit and 2 urgent care visits and an ER visit, which included like a CAT scan and stuff, and a couple shots of morphine and all that, they finally diagnosed me with both an inner and an outer ear infection. And I was able to follow up with an ENT doctor, ear, nose, and throat doctor, last Tuesday, and they were able to, I've never had this done before, but they put a wick in my ear so that I could get the antibiotic drops down to where they needed to go, because my ear canal was too swelled up for the drops to actually go down in there and affect anything. So they added that in, and then after that I did start to feel better because the medicine could get where it needed to be. So that was Tuesday of this week, and then on Thursday of this week I got a call from the ER to let me know that they had taken cultures when I was there that had just, the test results from those had just come back, to let me know that the 3rd antibiotic they placed me on when I was there was also not going to do anything to fix the problem because it was targeting the wrong type of bacteria. So I had a 4th medication change that day, and I'm halfway through that round of antibiotics, and things are definitely taking a turn for the better. I have a lot less pain. I'm not having to depend on any pain medication at all. So that's a big change that I appreciate. And I still can't quite hear out of my right ear yet, but there are times when it kind of pops and I start to feel that sound kind of coming back. So I think it's on the verge of returning. So here's hoping. I didn't really want to go super in depth about that whole thing because I've already talked about it in my vlogs, and if you happen to watch both, that would just be a lot of repeated content. So I did want to update you though on what the status is and let you know I'm finally getting better and things are looking up. Knock on wood. I hope you guys are doing well this week. My week has been pretty standard other than the extra doctor appointments. I've been doing more diamond painting than I was able to in the past couple of weeks because I'm feeling better. So that's been nice because I missed it. But I'm also doing a bit more drawing than I have been recently because I'm kind of back in the mood for that. And yesterday I started a self-portrait, which I used to try to do one of those every year, and I kind of fell out of the habit of that. So I kind of felt like it'd be fun to do an updated one so I can have like an updated avatar for different social medias and stuff like that. And I got the sketch done, and I feel like it actually captures my likeness pretty well, which I'm usually pretty bad at capturing likenesses. So I'm excited about that. Let's see, did I miss any of those? No, I don't think so. Speaking of my artwork, today when I'm recording this is Saturday, May 25th, and my diamond painting kit, A Day's Journey, was just released today at Diamond Art Club, and that's super exciting. I was able to pick up a couple of my family members wanted one, and I wanted one, and then I always get like an extra one of my own kits in case I want to gift them to somebody at a later date or maybe do a giveaway at some point. So I have some extras in case I want to do something with them. So I also got Magic Arcades by Miss Holly. I love Miss Holly's artwork, so I was excited for that one to come out too. Let me know if you guys picked anything up this weekend. One of the exciting ones was, the Eau Claire Studio one that I can't remember the title of right now. But the reason it's exciting is because it's the first kit to come with the updated packaging and toolkit. And so I am so excited for people to see the updates. There's some really fun updates coming, and this is just like version 1, and some things have already changed since then. Just like the size of the box, and also Diamond Art Club did mention that there's going to be a new type of collectible that's coming in later versions of the updated toolkit. So that isn't going to come out yet with this one, but it will be added on a bit later because it took a lot of effort to set up and get ready. But I'm so excited for you guys to see what it is. I hope you love it. I love it. I can't wait to start collecting them. So yeah, very, very exciting stuff on the horizon at Diamond Art Club. It's been hard to keep secrets from you guys for so long, but it's always exciting when the stuff does finally get released and I get to see everybody's reactions, even though, some people obviously are not going to like some of the changes because change is hard and they have certain preferences and everything, but hopefully everyone will give them a chance and just kind of see if it's something that they like. Yeah, I'm excited about them, but I've had a bit of extra time to like get my head around them, so I feel like I'm in a different position than maybe everybody else as far as getting ready for changes to happen. And so I know that some people take a while to warm up to changes, and I'm definitely one of those types of people, so I totally get it. The place I have my phone right now is not helping me be able to clearly see what I'm doing. I keep messing with the setup of this thing, and as yet have not found the perfect one. But it is going to change here in a bit, I think, because I'm going to be getting a new phone. So my phone isn't even that old. It's only a couple years old. And however, my husband's phone is a lot older, and it has started to do this thing where he is not receiving any calls or texts on it unless, it's like it freezes. And once he turns it off and back on, then all of a sudden all these missed calls and texts will start coming through. And so he never knows when it's doing that, when it's having that problem. So like he'll go throughout the day and realize that he hasn't heard from anybody in a while, and then he'll restart his phone and realize he's missed all these things. So he needs a new phone, and he actually wants, right now he has a Galaxy, and he wants to switch to iPhone, which surprised me, but the main reason is so he can like FaceTime my stepdaughter, because she has an iPhone, and iPhones are so proprietary with all of their programs and stuff, and so he wants to be able to like FaceTime with her and stuff like that. So he offered to take my current phone because he doesn't do a lot of like videography or photography like I do, and he was saying he really just needs a phone that can call and text. And so if I wanted to upgrade my phone, then he could just take mine and we'd both come out on top of that situation. I wasn't sure. I was like, I feel like you haven't had a phone upgrade in a while and you deserve a new phone. Like, if anyone's going to get a new one, it should be you, because it's been many years, since he's had a new one. But he insisted he doesn't need anything new, and he is just fine with taking this one. And like, I can't complain too much because I would be just fine keeping this one. I haven't had any problems with it in the past 2 years that I've had it. It's an iPhone 13 Pro, and it's my first iPhone since like the iPhone 3, but I've been really happy with it, and haven't had any issues. The battery's still great. Yeah, I really like it. So I'm gonna be replacing it, I guess, and giving it to him, and I'll be getting an iPhone 15 Pro Max, which is the larger iPhone's larger phone, and I'm pretty excited about it. I did go to like the store so that I could physically compare how much larger it was than my current phone, and it's not like horrendously bigger. It's pretty much the same width and just like a fraction like longer. But I do have issues sometimes with some of the apps I use where stuff is cut off by the little divot that's at the top of the iPhone 13. Or I have trouble seeing things because they're too small. So I thought maybe I'd try, the bigger one and see how I liked it. It also has a 5 times zoom, which I don't know if I'll be able to use it for filming, but I thought it'd be fun if I could, get really close up when I'm filming diamond painting. Like, I see some really fun diamond painting ASMR videos or just process videos where people get really close up on what they're doing, and I've tried to do that a couple of times. Oops, sorry for hitting the camera. And I can never get it to where it's not like a little bit grainy when I get that close. So I'm curious to see if I'll be able to do that with the new one. But yeah, it also has a lot more storage on it so that maybe I could film videos like that in 4K and not use up my entire storage space with 2 4K videos, So I'm excited about that. I am nervous about switching all my stuff over and losing progress on any of my apps or anything like that. But I think with iPhones, it's a pretty straightforward process. And I do love updating technology. I've always been really excited when it's time to get a new phone. Whereas my husband prefers to change as little as possible. So yeah, I tend to upgrade my phone more often than he does just because I like the new shiny things. But in this case, I would have been happy to just keep this one for much longer. But I think it's going to work out. I'm excited to try the new one and see how it goes. Come back here. But it is another expense that we're going to have to add on to our monthly bill, which we've been hit with a lot of expenses lately. And it's just kind of all happening at once. I'm sure all of my visits to urgent care and the ER and stuff are going to show up soon in our patient portal that I'll have to pay for. And I don't know how much. Mostly it's the ER visit I'm worried about because I had to get a CAT scan and they had to do some tests and stuff like that. So I'm mostly worried about how much that's going to be. And then our air conditioner, I mentioned last time that it has been broken for a while, and we had a guy come out and try to figure out where it was leaking, and he found the leak pretty quickly. So they're gonna do the fix on it, and as long as our compressor's not broken, it'll be cheaper, but it's still gonna be $1,500, I think, or something. And then our one of our cars is still in the shop waiting for a part that's back ordered, but it's gonna be $1,500 to fix. And our old dog Chewy, who is gonna be 11 next month, has a cancerous skin tumor on his side that he needs to have surgery to remove. So that's gonna be $1,600 to $1,900. And it's just all of this happening right at the same time. So yeah, I mean, we have savings saved up so that we can cover emergencies and stuff, but it's going to deplete that quite a bit because of how many things are happening right now. And so that's just, it just makes you nervous. Can we build it back up before something else happens, kind of stuff. So adulting, life, when it rains, it pours, right? I'm really thankful that we have managed to have enough in savings that we have that cushion because there have been times in my life, absolutely, where that has not been a luxury that I've had and, then we'd have to start making decisions like, well, do we suffer through the heat all summer, or do we get our car fixed, or do we take care of Chewy's tumor, and I'm really, really, really grateful that we don't have to decide between those things and that we can get them all taken care of, even though it's gonna deplete our savings. We have enough to cover it. So, yeah, really thankful about that. So anyway, other things that I've been up to, I finished reading The Way of Kings, which I was doing a reread of, and originally was doing a read-along with you guys, and just due to so many things happening, was unable to finish making the read-along videos, but I did finish the book just recently, and it's so good. It's so good, you guys. If you read along, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I do. And I hope that you will move on to book 2 and continue the series. I finished that, and I am planning to move on to book 2 soon, but I had started Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb a while ago, and I thought I should go ahead and finish that kind of in between. So that's what I'm listening to now, and I'm almost halfway through, and despite it hitting one of my triggers kind of near the beginning of the book, I was able to keep listening, and now I'm pretty into it. So I'm excited to continue reading that one and see what happens. I know that this series is really beloved by people, so I'm starting to see why that is. So I'm excited to read more of it and maybe possibly move on with the next book in that series too. And then she also has a series that I think is in the same world, or I think, and it's the Live Trader series. So that's another option for something to read too. But I do want to finish the Stormlight Archive books before December, when the 5th one comes out. Shouldn't be too hard. I still have several months left. So it gives me time to fit in other reads around that as well. Coming up next weekend, I'm gonna go to another of my daughter's Rocky Horror performances. So she's been part of a Rocky Horror shadow cast for a couple years now, I think. And the last one I went to was when she had the role of Janet. If you've ever seen that movie, that's the main female lead. And this time she has the role of Brad, who is Janet's significant other. And the person who played Brad when Sam was Janet is now playing Janet. So they switched roles. So it'll be really fun to see that. And this will be my second time going to a Rocky Horror show. So that'll be fun. And I invited my friend Jess to come. She's the one who I was a bridesmaid in her wedding last year. And I actually saw her just yesterday on Friday because she was going away to visit family this weekend, and she asked if I could stop by in the middle of the day today and tomorrow to let her doggy out and play with him a little bit. And so we had lunch Friday and caught up, and then she gave me the key to her house and everything. And so today I went over there, like I said I would, and I got so freaked out because I went in and I called his name. I was like, Richard. His name is Richard. He's a little Dachshund. And there was, the house was quiet. It was silent. I was like, where's Richard? And I tried to call her and it went straight to voicemail. So I'm looking through the whole house trying to find Richard, and they have someone else who's looking after him like at night and in the morning. So I was starting to worry, like, did they let him outside and then forget to bring him in or something? I was freaking out. So I did call Jess back a second time, and this time she answered. And the reason that she couldn't answer the first time is because their visiting family, they were driving down the road and witnessed a hit and run. So they were in the middle of like trying to help the person who was in the accident and talking to the police and everything. Yikes. So she wasn't able to like talk to me, but she told me she had sent me a text earlier saying that I didn't need to worry about going over to let Richard out. So after we hung up, I checked my text, and sure enough, I had received that, but I must have gotten it while I was sleeping. And then when I woke up, like, it wasn't the newest notification, so it must have been like way down in the notification wall because I never saw it. Which is weird. You'd think Apple would put texts at the top being like one of the more important notifications, but I don't know. I have a really bad history of not seeing text notifications for some reason. I will say that that's one of the things I don't like about my phone is that I do find it difficult to see my text notifications sometimes, and sometimes other notifications. I really wish it had like a notification light that would like let me know if I had notifications that I hadn't looked at yet. But anyway, so basically what happened is that the person who was watching Richard decided to, instead of staying at Jess's house like she was supposed to, she decided to take Richard back to her house. And so I wasn't needed to let him out during the daytime. But I didn't see that until I had already gone over there. So I'm just glad he was okay and not running around loose somewhere. But I missed my Richard cuddles. I'm sad I didn't get him. So I came home and cuddled my dogs instead. But yeah, when we were at lunch, I asked Jess if she'd be interested in going to see Rocky Horror with me. And she thinks she's free, so that'll be fun. I think she's been once before, so she's not a Rocky Horror virgin, but hopefully she finds it enjoyable. It's definitely a unique experience. So anyway, I think that's about all I had to tell you this time. I can't think of anything else that I need to update you on right at this moment. So I will move over to our yay or nay section. And last time I asked, let's see, let me make sure I get this in the right order. Do you prefer being hot over being cold? So yay if you prefer being hot, and nay if you prefer being cold. And as for me, I am in the vast minority here. In fact, you guys, it was 1-7. So the nays have it this time. Most people prefer to be cold so that they can like layer up. They can always add more layers. I prefer to be hot. And it's because I feel physically sick when I get too cold. Like, it's so uncomfortable for me. And sometimes it's really hard to warm up even if I add more layers. I don't know why that is. It could be because I was born in California and I just got used to being warm all the time. I don't know. But I have a hard time with being cold. So, yeah, my answer's yay on that one. But yeah, like I said, 7 of you said nay. And only 1 of you agree with me that it should be yay. Jackie's Crafty Time said, nay, I'd rather be cold. My favorite season is winter. I was born in December, so I just assume I was meant to love winter and snow. I love being cozy with a blanket and watching the snow. Okay, see, I also love being cozy with a blanket, but that's because then I'm warm. But if I'm inside, I'll make sure and have the heat on anyway so that I don't have the option of getting too cold. Angel Lee Rose says, yay for summer hotness due to fibromyalgia. There's less pain in the summer, but winter and feeling cold really does affect me. Plus, I hate feeling cold anyway. Yes, that is how I feel also. I don't have fibromyalgia, so I don't have I don't know if I have a official physical reason that I feel so bad when I'm cold, but it definitely does affect me. And I know it affects some people the opposite way, like if it's too hot, they get physically sick, so I totally get that too. Artsy Gem 15 says, I would rather be cold because it's so easy to grab blankets and layer up to get warm. Yeah. So some people can do that and it works great for them. It doesn't always work for me. I'll just sit there under a bunch of blankets and shiver. Stupid. And Diamonds and Sparkles says, the biggest nay I will ever say. I have a few chronic conditions, and while one of them gets better when it's hot, the other one is a nightmare when it's hot, and overall throughout my life I've never liked heat or summer. I'm a winter and rain type of girl 24/7, if that could be possible. Oh my gosh. Okay, I live in a really rainy part of the world, and I live for those summer days when there's sunshine. I love that everything's green because of all the rain, but it's amazing how my mood improves once the sun comes out. Like, I notice a marked difference for sure. I would probably prefer to live somewhere that gets a little warmer and doesn't quite have so much rain, but we don't have any plans to move at the moment, so I'm kind of stuck where I'm at. So yeah, thank you guys so much for playing. This week's question is kind of a fun one. Have you, or do you still, spend a good amount of time figuring out exactly what you would wish for if you found a genie in a bottle? It's a very specific question. But if you do spend time or have spent time figuring out what you'd wish for, and you want to share some of the things you'd wish for, do so down below. And if you haven't spent time doing that, what are you doing with your life? No, I'm kidding. Also, let us know, now that you are thinking about it, what you might wish for. And I'll look forward to seeing all your answers to that one. So yeah, guys, this will probably be a shorter than normal WIP and Chat just because I've been down for the count for the past couple of weeks, so not much has been going on with me. So I will end it here, but thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you being here, and I will DAC you in the next one. Bye, everybody.